Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness unto light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste and good morning, everybody. Respected Dr. Anand Ramanaji, respected Mohanji, other friends from the Arunachal Ashram, authorities of the Hindu temple here, friends, devotees. It's an important occasion and I feel inspired and blessed to be part of it. It's like the blessings of Bhagavan Ramana. We are all blessed. See, the city is one of the largest cities in the world, and out of millions and millions of people, we have been called. It shows that, there's a saying that the grace of Ishvara, of Bhagavan, the grace of the Guru, and the grace of the scriptures is that when we have interest, when we respond to the spiritual call, this shows that we are really on the path. We are on the path to liberation, to enlightenment. I'm reminded of this nice little parable of the washerman and the diamond. See, there was a washerman, and you have to conceive of a washerman in India. So he found this diamond. He didn't know what it was. He thought it was a rock. And after the way of the washerman there, at least at one time, we have seen this. On the bank of river, they would take the dirty laundry and they would clean it, they would beat it on the rocks and they would scrub it. They would get it clean. Now, this washerman, he found this amazing stone. He didn't know what it was. It was a big diamond, but he used it as a rock to scrub dirty laundry. And in this way, his days passed. Difficult, poverty, hard work. One day, he was curious about that stone, so he took it to his friend, the vegetable seller, and asked him, what is this? It seems interesting. The vegetable seller said, it seems to be an important or a significant thing. I will give you 10 rupees for it. Give it to me. Luckily, the washerman did not sell it to the vegetable seller. He went to somebody else who knew a little more, and then he went to somebody else who knew even more. Finally, he went to a diamond merchant. And the diamond merchant said, my God, this is the most magnificent diamond that I have ever seen in my life. I'll give you, 10 million rupees for it. And the washerman sold that diamond, and all his poverty was removed, all his sorrows went away. Now, the interesting thing is, the washerman always had the diamond. It was right there. But he did not recognize it for what it was. Just like that, we have it. We have the diamond right here. Who is here who is not aware? We are all aware. If you are listening to this talk, you are aware. If you are seeing this hall, you are aware. Or if you have fallen asleep, which happens in Vedanta talks, and you are dreaming, you're still aware. You're still aware. If you are in deep sleep, Vedanta will stay, you're still aware. You're just aware of nothing, blank. So awareness we have. But we don't know what it really is. Our attention is not towards the awareness. Our attention is towards the objects of awareness. The Kathopanishad says, Paranchikhani vyatrinat swayambhu tasmat parang pashyati nantaratman. Our senses and our mind, our whole attitude is turned outwards. And the Lord has created us in such a way. So we see things, we hear, we smell, we taste, we touch. And what we have sensed, we think about those things, we remember those things, we desire those things, we hate those things, we work towards getting those things, we work towards avoiding the things we don't like, and this is our life. But all of this is possible because you are aware, because you are conscious, because of consciousness itself, awareness itself. But we have no interest in that awareness, which makes all of life possible. Everything that we do in life. So we are like that washerman who used the diamond to scrub dirty laundry. We are using this awareness for, all the experiences of our life. But not paying attention, not turning the awareness to awareness itself. What is it? And we require somebody like the diamond merchant to introduce us to what we already have, what we already are. And the diamond merchant par excellence is Bhagavan Ramana, who comes and introduces us to ourselves. And thereby, just as the washerman's sorrows, problems were solved by recognizing the value of the diamond, which he had already. When we recognize what we are, when we see ourselves for what we are, all our problems are solved at a very deep existential level. Swami Vivekananda, when he was here in the United States, he would sometimes say to his American disciples, if only you knew what you were, if only you knew what you are. So if only we know what we are, this quest to know ourselves. I remember in the Upadesha Saram, there is a very sweet little verse where Bhagavan Ramana introduces the whole of Vedanta in just a few words. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvata aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. So when a person inquires, this I sense, where does it come from? What is it? Then what happens? This self-inquiry, what does it lead to? Bhagavan says, Aipatatyaham. He says, oh, amazing. An amazing result comes. Suddenly it will come. What will happen? This I sense will fall apart, will disintegrate. And then what will happen? I will disintegrate. No, you will not disintegrate. You will realize what you are for the first time. And this happens nija vicharanam, by inquiring into ourselves. What is this inquiry into ourselves? We'll talk about it for a little while and let's see if it works. It is an inquiry into our own experience of ourselves. Before I launch into this, remember, Bhagavan Ramana himself never did this. He did not need to do this. He did it in a very rudimentary, simple form, and that was enough for him. We know the whole story of how, as a young boy, he laid down once and visualized, tried to imagine strongly that suppose I'm dead. Suppose this body is just lying dead. No, not breathing, not seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, anything. The mind has shut down, not thinking anything. And he did it so strongly, suddenly he realized everything is gone, but I am not gone. He realized that what that I is, the real I. When the transactional I, the ahankara, the ego, that separation happened, it fell apart for him. He realized what he truly was. Note that he did not go through studying Vedanta, the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, like we all do. We study the texts, we go to teachers, we watch YouTube talks, nothing. He didn't do anything at all. Straight away. And then after that also, it's not that he ran to a library to see what happened to me, let me find out. No. He had got the reality. And what he did was, he stayed with that reality. He stayed with that reality. This is the sign of a fully enlightened person. Once they discover it, they want to immerse themselves in it. Sri Ramakrishna says, in that stage, 21 days, more than that, the body does not stay. And there are, of course, different stages of this. It's an immersion, the highest samadhi in your real nature. And there are different stages. Vedanta speaks about 4 levels after enlightenment. Brahmavit, the knower of Brahman, the one who has realized I am Brahman. And then there is the Brahmavit Vara, a superior knower of Brahman, who has realized that I am Brahman and can immerse himself or herself in that reality which he has found and stay there in samadhi, completely oblivious of the external world. But after some time, that person comes back to an awareness of this external world. So there are these 2 stages, and these are not stages of the Atman. These are not even stages of the enlightened one. These are stages of the mind. So this is called samadhi, and Vyuthana. What Krishna was asked by Arjuna in the second chapter of the Gita. That enlightened person, Sthita Prajna. How is that enlightened person in Samadhi? How is that enlightened person when he is not in Samadhi? Vyuthana, walks, talks, interacts. Then there is another level which is called Brahmavid Varyan, which means the person gets immersed in Samadhi and cannot come back by himself. So somebody else, we would often see this in the lives of Sri Ramakrishna, if you see the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Kathamrita. Sometimes he is in Samadhi and then somebody else has to chant the name of God in his ear, or chant a mantra, then only he comes back to external awareness. By himself he cannot come back. The absorption is so deep. And then there is a final stage, Brahmavid Varishtha, also known as the Turiyaga state, where the person becomes immersed in that ultimate reality and will not come back, neither by himself nor by anybody else's effort. And in that stage, for 21 days, if the body remains, then the body will go away, and that person, of course, has merged in the infinite, is the infinite, has realized. And remember, one thing to understand is, these are different stages of absorption of the mind. It's not that they are different levels of enlightenment. Once you are realized, you are Brahmavid, the same realization is there throughout. But the mind differs for different sadhakas. Except, Sri Ramakrishna says, in some cases, the Turiyaga also, instead of the body going away in 21 days, by the wish of Ishvara, by the wish of the Lord, that one can come back again and be a great force for welfare to the world. If you notice in Bhagavan's life, after the enlightenment, he goes and remains immersed there. Day after day, week after week, month after month, body nearly went away. The termites bit into his leg. He was completely oblivious of the external world. So, I think this is one of those rarest of rare cases, where after that complete immersion, the highest Turiyaga also, he comes back again. And this is the will of Ishvara, of the Lord, and becomes this force which we are experiencing here. 100 years later, 100 years after the establishment of the ashrama, 100 years later here in New York we are experiencing. Across the world we are experiencing. What was Vivekananda said, that knowledge, which the highest knowledge of Advaita Vedanta, which was the property of a few monks and few pandits. He said, I will take it and spread it across the world. That knowledge which was restricted to caves and mountains and forests, I shall spread it across the cities of the world. See now, because of the influence of Bhagavan Ramana, you see how everybody across the world, this is our common heritage, a spiritual heritage now. Now back to the diamond. So, as I said, we already have that diamond. We only need to notice it, appreciate it for what it is, and that will solve all our problems. How? Notice here that we are all aware. Just now you are looking at me and listening to me, you are aware. And notice what is happening right now. It is self-inquiry. What kind of inquiry is it? There are multiple methods in Vedanta. There is Drigdrishya Viveka, the analysis of the seer and the seen. There is the Pancha Kosha Viveka from the Taittiriya Upanishad, the analysis of the 5 levels of the human personality, more and more subtle, more and more inner. There is the Mandukya Upanishad based Avasthatraya Vichara, an inquiry based on waking, dreaming, deep sleep. So multiple methods. Sureshwaracharya, the great disciple of Adi Shankaracharya, he says that all these methods are there. And by whatever method a person comes to enlightenment, all those methods are welcome. See the liberal, completely liberal attitude, open to whatever may come in the future also. By any method you become enlightened, it is welcome. He says, all are welcomed. So these are many, many methods. And notice, Ramana Maharshi never used any of these methods. Neither did he learn them, nor did he use them. Directly, just a question occurred to him, and then he became enlightened. Notice also, when we talk about these methods, Panchakosha, Drigdrishya Viveka, Avasthatraya, a person who is enlightened, when that person turns the attention back to the reality, which is his own reality, they don't use these methods. These methods are used only for us. to acquaint us with the diamond, to make us acquainted with our real nature. Once you are acquainted with it, then you don't have to, if you are a Brahmagyani, you don't have to sit and do, what are you doing? Drigdrishya Vivek I am doing. You don't need to. Because the method has worked, you need not use it again. Sri Ramakrishna gave the example of, if one thorn is in your flesh, you take another thorn and pick out that thorn, and then throw both away. You don't keep the second thorn in your flesh next. So the method is also discarded. You know you are Brahman. It's absolutely clear and available to you now, all the time. The essential approach is this in all the methods. Notice that you are aware now. You are listening, you are seeing. Now, look carefully. This awareness, because of which I am able to see you, and this same awareness, because of which I am able to hear, seeing you and you are hearing my voice, seeing and hearing, these are two different things. The experience of seeing is different from the experience of hearing. But notice that both are made possible by the same awareness. Did the awareness change? Did the consciousness change? No, the object of experience changed. Object of experience is seeing. I am seeing you now. This is an object of experience. The object of experience is hearing. I am listening now. I am hearing. The two objects are different. The objects of experience are different. Our experiences also are different. The experience of seeing is being arranged behind you. So soon you will have the experience of smelling and tasting and so on. But it is the same awareness which is now listening to the talk.
Assent to it. It's a very, very simple fact. All of us we see it. We just have to notice it. Oh, that is true. When we are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, these are multiple experiences. We have this throughout the day. And I can see delicious food is being arranged behind you. So soon you will have the experience of smelling and tasting and so on. But it is the same awareness which is now listening to the talk. Which is the same awareness which will give you, through the mind and the tongue, the experience of tasting. Through the mind and the nose, the experience of smelling. Same awareness. The objects change and therefore the experience changes. But the awareness does not change. The awareness is the same. Not only the senses, our thoughts. We are thinking, same awareness. Thinking holy thoughts, spiritual thoughts, meditating, repeating mantra, same awareness. Going to the market and purchasing things in the middle of like a mall and very busy, same awareness. Whether it is spiritual or secular, same awareness. Whether the thoughts are calm and quiet and centered, same awareness. Whether they are very busy and agitated, same awareness. See, awareness did not become agitated. The thoughts become agitated. But awareness did not become agitated. Awareness is the same. Mind is full of love. Same awareness illumines the mind full of love. Mind is full of dislike. Same awareness illumines the mind full of dislike.
It is like the chandelier here. The light spreads around the room. Whatever, so many objects in this room are all illumined by the same light. When the light illumines the stage, light does not become a stage. When the light illumines a human being, light does not become a human being. It illumines all the objects present here. And these objects will also change. People will come and go. Chairs will be taken in, chairs will be put in. Just before this, we had the magnificent musical performance. And now we have a speech. Same light is illumining all of it. And also, very interesting, when everything goes away, all the chairs are taken, everybody has left the hall, empty hall, illumined by the same light. Similarly, the awareness illumines whatever object is presented to it. And there's an object being presented. It's being illuminated. Just use it as an exercise. See? It is shining in awareness. Yeah. We will wait until the baby is gone. Emotions, likes and dislikes, happy and sad, all illumined by the same awareness. And very interesting, when you fall asleep, this entire world disappears. All the senses shut down. This body you are not aware of. Then a entirely new world of dreams arises. Different people, different place, different activities. Even there's a body in the dream, a different body. Which is imagined in the dream, but it feels real. And all of that, this extraordinarily different experience is illumined by the same awareness. Again, one must acknowledge this, not just assent to it. Okay, yeah, it seems to be right. But notice, yes, it's true. My whole world went away, including my body, including the time and space I was in. Bedroom, I'm going to sleep. That's gone from the awareness. And a new world has come in. Same awareness is illumining it. And then everything goes away. Deep sleep, same awareness is illumining it. So this awareness, which continues constantly through all our experiences, there's a name for this. This is called the witness consciousness, Sakshi. At this point, some may say, the common mistake to make is, oh, so it's a very nice exercise that you have to witness everything, calmly watch everything. No. That is not what is meant here. That calmly watching everything, that's a meditative exercise. Now it is very popular, mindfulness meditation, which is good, which is a very good exercise, but it's an exercise. If you stop doing that exercise, it will go away. The mind, if you make it calm and observant, it's like a spring. You sit on it, it will be pushed down. The moment you let it go, it will spring up again. And that's why people who do those meditation exercises, and especially if you do it seriously over a long period of time, you will get a very calm and quiet mind, generally. But you will also be surprised and annoyed and disappointed. Why, after so many years of meditation, my mind is also restless? The very nature of the mind. But this is not what we are talking about. The awareness we are talking about, the diamond we are talking about, it's not the mind. It cannot be disturbed. Even when the mind is disturbed, that awareness which you are is not disturbed. So here is where I tell the story, one of the stories which I have repeated so many times, but it's worth repeating it again. So there was this man who went to a Swami in the Himalayas in India and said, I'll translate, he said in Hindi, "Main bahut dukhi hu, I am very sad." And the Swami said to him, "Are you aware of your sadness? अपने दुख को जानते हो? Are you aware of it? Do you experience sadness?" "Of course I experience sadness. That's why I have come to you. I experience my misery. That's why I have come to you. I'm miserable. I'm experiencing misery." Then the Swami said to him, "दुख को जानते हो तो तुम दुख के दृष्टा हो. तुम दुखी नहीं हो. If you are aware of your misery, then you are the witness of the misery. You are the light which is illumining the misery. You are the awareness to which misery is appearing. You are not miserable. You are not miserable." See, the light, when it falls, as I said, light illumines the stage. It doesn't become a stage. Light illumines the podium, does not become a podium. The light illumines the person. Light doesn't become the person. Nor does it stick to the stage or the podium of the person. When I go away, will I shine a little bit because I'm carrying some of the light away? No. When we all go away, will the hall become dim because we have taken the light away from here? No. The light just illumines completely unattached to what it illumines. Similarly, it's an example. Similarly, consciousness illumines all of it and it's not tainted by what it illumines. So if it's a lot of misery in the mind, consciousness does not become miserable. It reveals the experience of misery. It makes possible the experience of misery. It is true. We are miserable. We have that experience only because we are aware. We are happy only because we are aware. We are peaceful, disturbed only because we are aware. But the awareness is not miserable or happy or peaceful or disturbed. Tum dukhi nahi ho, tum dukh ke drashta ho. You are not miserable. You are the witness of the misery. Now this person went and thought for a while. If you think like this, you will immediately see the effect will be the mind will become calm, a little relaxed, a little detached. So he came back and he said, "आप सच कहते हैं, मैं बहुत शांत हूँ, मैं दुखी नहीं हूँ, मैं बहुत शांत हूँ. You're telling the truth. I am not miserable. I am very peaceful now." Immediately the Swami scolded him again. "तुम शांत नहीं हो, तुम अपने मन की शांति की दृष्टा हो." You are not peaceful. You are the witness of the peace in your mind. Which is true. See, what happens is it's a trap. Moment the mind becomes peaceful, the spiritual advice worked. Now I'm very peaceful. But it won't last. It's the peace of the mind. The moment you go out that man goes back from the Himalayas back to Delhi traffic jam or whatever it is, the peace in the mind will go to pieces. He will think, in the ashram I was very happy, in the mountains, but here. No. That awareness which illumined the misery in the mind, that awareness which illumined the peace in the mind, that awareness which illumining the pieces of the peace later on when the mind becomes disturbed again, that awareness is not disturbed. That awareness has peace, is the very nature is peace itself, which cannot become restless, which cannot become disturbed. The Mandukya Upanishad calls that awareness Shantam. Not Shanta, not Shanti Maya or Shanti Purna, not full of peace or not pervaded by peace. It is peace itself. Choicelessly, you cannot disturb that awareness. Every disturbance is an object to you, the awareness. So this awareness, which pervades all our experiences, which makes possible all our experiences, which pervades our waking, dreaming, deep sleep, this is what you are. According to Vedanta, we may say that, I understand that, but I am awareness, also mind, also body, not also mind, also body. You are just awareness. Mind and body and the world are just incidental to you. They come like pictures in front of you, like the screen showing various kinds of pictures. Like that it comes before you, the awareness. And what is part of that picture? This world, this body, this mind, this personality. All of those are pictures. They come before you. You are unaffected by it. You make this entire movie show possible. This is your nature. This is our nature as awareness. This is that diamond. Notice already the benefit of that. See, the real value of the diamond is in knowing that it is worth 10 million rupees. That's what the diamond merchant showed. The real value of this awareness, we know we are aware. It's not helping us. We have to be introduced to the value of this awareness. Look at the value of this awareness now. If I am just this awareness, not the body, then the characteristics of the body are not my characteristics. Old, young, body, not awareness. Birth and death, body, not awareness. Old age, disease, death, these are characteristics of the body or the pranamaya, but not of awareness. Awareness does not become, I am overweight, I need to lose weight, a big problem in New York. But I am overweight, who is that I? Is it awareness which is overweight? Can awareness be 80 kilos or 150 pounds, 200 pounds? No, impossible, that's ridiculous, you will laugh. So this shift in our identity, not this body, but I am this awareness. It's the body. I'm not denying that the body is overweight. I'm not denying that the body is sick. I'm not even denying that one day the body will die. These are characteristics and properties of the body. Keep them in the body. Don't take them upon yourself. One sadhu said, the trick to drawing benefit from Vedanta is this. Very simple advice. Jo jahan ka cheez hai Mahatma ji, usko wahin rehne do. Whatever belongs where, the things which belong, keep them in their place where they belong. Where does old age belong? In the body, not in you. Where does pain belong? In the body, not in you. Try it. If you pinch yourself, you will feel this pain, a peculiar sensation here. But that's there. You are the awareness experiencing it. You are making it possible. The experience of pain is also possible because of awareness. But awareness is not in pain. The pain is in the body. Make sure that you keep it where it belongs. Jo jahan ka cheez hai, usko wahin rehne do. Restlessness. I'm meditating so much, mind is not calming down. Good. One must meditate and try to calm the mind down. But Vedanta is pointing out, restlessness and calmness are properties of the mind. Keep them in the mind. It's good that you're changing the restlessness of the mind to calmness of the mind. But in either case, you are calm. You cannot be disturbed. You have the peace which cannot be disturbed. Because that awareness cannot be disturbed. You be happy. Then what about the calmness of the mind? It's a good project. It's a great practice. The mind is your instrument. If the mind is calm, then it's much more useful. If the mind is disturbed, it's not useful to you. So it's a meditation is a great instrument for calming the mind down, for clearing the instrument. It's like polishing the mirror. Swami Vivekananda said, all that we can do is polish the mirror. You cannot improve the Atman. We can polish the mirror, the mind, purify it, concentrate it, make it peaceful. These are all very good practices. But remember, in either case, if your meditation is very good, you are the ever perfect, ever undisturbed Atman. If your meditation is not good and disturbed mind, you are the ever perfect, ever undisturbed Atman. In either case. Choicelessly so you are that. You are very upset, or mind is disturbed by some problem in the world or some strong desire. Even then, you are the choicelessly calm, ever pure Atman. One must notice it as a fact, not as a kind of positive affirmation. I am Atman, Satchidananda. That's good, but that's not Vedanta. Vedanta is, take a look at yourself. Is this not true? So see the benefit of it. Fear of death. That's the biggie, People are, the fear of death. It will not go away so easily by saying that I am the ever-present. The body will die, but I am all right. But still, it's a beginning. It's a beginning. It creates a little psychological gap between us and the body. Between us and the death of birth and death of the body. I am fine. You need not be afraid of death. Vivekananda says that it's less than one hair falling from the head. Like the one body going away. How many bodies have come and gone in our journey through many lifetimes? We are all masters at dying. PhD at dying. We have done it so many times in many lives, we need not at all be afraid of it. It is not our death anyway. So, see the benefit of realizing yourself as this ever-present consciousness, as this awareness. Further, question will remain. So, I am not the body, not the mind, these are objects. I am the ever-present Atman, the consciousness. These objects are changing. Body is changing from birth to childhood to middle age, old age, and death one day. Mind is continuously changing. And I am free of those changes. I am illumining them. I am enabling the experience of those changes. But so many bodies and minds are there. So in each of them, separate consciousness is there or not? This question will come. And the answer in Vedanta is no. Apart from body and mind, you cannot distinguish one consciousness from another. Consciousness is not a multiple. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. O Arjuna, in all these bodies and in these minds, there is one knower, one illuminer, one consciousness. And I am that. So this Krishna gives you the idea of one consciousness in all bodies. And also the idea of God in Vedanta. It is that one consciousness shining through all bodies and minds. So you must know, witness consciousness. I am witness consciousness in this body and mind, and the same witness consciousness in every body and mind. We are all one at the level of awareness or consciousness. Immediately somebody will ask that, but I know the contents of this mind. So why I don't know the contents of all the minds, if I am the same consciousness everywhere? There's a subtle point here. Remember, when we say I know, already I, the awareness, have become identified with this mind. And the process of knowing is a process in the mind. So in each mind, I am the knower of that mind. In this mind, I am the knower of this mind. This is a Vedantic concept called upadhi, the associated adjunct. So in this upadhi, I am the knower in this body mind, and through this body mind, I know everything. And there also I have the same thing. Now, if the upadhi were all bodies and minds, that is Ishvara's position. The Ishvara can know the contents of every mind. But regardless of whether I know the contents of every mind, I am the same consciousness which enables all minds to function and illumines all minds. I feel one with everybody. And see the benefit of that. We have these samsara, our relationships with others. I love this person. I dislike that person. I am indifferent to that third person. This is samsara. The enlightened one has no such feeling at all. has the feeling of oneness with everybody. That's why when you come to a person, a spiritually advanced person, when you come close to this person, you immediately, one thing you will feel is, this person is my very own. You feel a kind of kinship with that person. Because that person functions like a mirror, has no hold on this individuality of himself. So he feels, I am one with all of them. That's why you immediately feel, the enlightened person, a spiritual person is on my side, always. Always my well-wisher. A well-wisher in the highest sense. They may scold you, may push you towards spiritual life, but they know spiritual life is the greatest blessing in our lives. So, the benefit of that, oneness of all existence, because we are the same consciousness in all beings. And one more thing Advaita will say is that, what about this universe then? I am consciousness, very good. I am not born with the body, I don't get old with the aging of the body, I don't die with the death of the body. I am one consciousness. I am not disturbed with the disturbance of the mind. I am one consciousness. I have no feeling of other with regard to others. We are all one being as consciousness. But what is this universe, this physical universe, this body, this mind, these objects, what are they? The objects which come in consciousness, what are they? We normally feel they are different. So here is where the light and object example will break down. Here the light is different and the stage, podium, microphone are different. But Vedanta says, as far as consciousness and its objects are concerned, notice, all the objects arise in consciousness. They are experienced in consciousness. And they disappear also. That also is experienced in consciousness. There is no possibility of any experience of anything outside consciousness. Because experience means you are conscious. Objects cannot be experienced without reference to consciousness at all. So Vedanta makes the amazing claim, whatever you are experiencing, whoever you are experiencing, your own body and mind, the external world, everything is nothing but you, the consciousness. You are appearing as your own objects. Whatever we are seeing are like pictures on a screen. You are the screen on which the universe is appearing like a movie. Not one person here, not one being here, not one happening here is different from you, the consciousness, the awareness. Who are they? You. What is all this? You. This is the amazing movie of our lives. Then what? Enjoy. You have now got the 10 million rupees by selling, much more than that, by selling the diamond, and you now see the benefit of this. Your life will become a blessing to yourself and to everybody else around you. When you feel like this, when you realize this, and stay with it. The whole thing is to reflect upon it, to hear these truths again and again, to reflect upon it, and stay with it. Staying with it means also to try to act as if this is true, what we just discussed right now. The more we act, the more natural it becomes. This becoming natural, becoming acquainted with your nature as consciousness, as awareness. This is called Jivan Mukti. Staying with this nature as consciousness and manifesting it in our day-to-day activities, in our thought patterns, in our speech, and in our activities, a reaction to the world. That is called Jivan Mukti, in the enlightened while living. In Gita it is called Sthita Prajna, the established wisdom. What is Prajna? I am consciousness, I am awareness. What is ignorance? I am body-mind, I am Sarvpriyananda, ignorance. What is knowledge? I am awareness. And the thing is, it's constantly present before us. It's not a new thing at all. This is the culmination of all religion and spirituality according to Vedanta. The highest truth. This instantly transforms our life. At least it instantly transforms our understanding of what's going on here. And then it transforms our life. I pray to Bhagavan Ramana, to the Lord, to bless all of us, that we may have this realization in our lives and manifest it in our day-to-day life. Make our lives blessed and become a blessing to society, to the community all around us. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri